Ninja Weekly Watch. July 8, 2026. This week, the story is a summit and a proposal. On July 14th, the AI Finance Summit Tokyo opens at Tokyo Tower, a room we helped build, together with AWS and Zero G. And into that room, we're bringing one argument. Agents can now hold a wallet. But the guardrails around that wallet stop at your own side, budget, and prompts. Watching the party you pay is still no one's job. This episode is about how to fill that seat. First, the room itself, and a disclosure. The summit is co-hosted by Zero G, DP Capital, and AWS, and we at ZKSC helped organize it. There's a story behind it. In Hong Kong, we hit it off with AWS Web3 team. That led to them joining us in Japan during Japan Blockchain Week. Then came the discussions with Zero G, who put agentic front and center, and this event is what we managed to put together. The summit starts at 1 p.m. Japan time. My slot, a solo pitch, is around 2. Now the disclosure, we built the room together, but the substance of this proposal, putting a counterparty guardrail into AgentCore Payments, is not something agreed with AWS or Zero G. It's ours. Who we are, in 1 minute. Ninja, by ZKSC, is a security foundation for agents and DeFi. 3 products. Ninja Check. Before you sign, it verifies who the payee is. The contract or address is matched against a database of 90 million analyzed EVM contracts, with deterministic verdicts. Ninja Scan. Before you sign, it decodes what the transaction is actually about to do, and returns the intent and warnings in plain language. And Ninja Position. After you pay or deposit, it reads your exposure, a static score on 3 attributes of wherever your money sits, continuous notification of the gap between the tag and the reality, and simulation in advance. Position is still a proof of concept. It runs from one wallet address. Check and Scan together play the role of a transaction firewall, standing before the signature. Position watches the money while it sits. Both plug into an existing stack via API, MCP, or OpenAPI. Now, the thing that changed the landscape. AWS AgentCore Payments is the kit that gives an agent a wallet. Payments run through Coinbase and Stripe, over the X402 protocol. Keys live behind KMS and Nitro Enclaves. AWS itself holds no wallet. Session spending caps put a budget guardrail on the agent, and Bedrock Guardrails defend against prompt tampering and injection. These are proven parts, assembled by division of labor, and they cover most of what an agent spending money requires. For the first time, enterprises can see a production path for agent payments. And X402 settles on chain. Lay the safety layers out, and the shape of the problem appears. Layer 1, the budget guardrail. How much may it spend? That's held by AWS, in AgentCore Payments. Layer 2, prompt safety. Are the instructions tamper-proof? Also held by AWS in Bedrock Guardrails. Layer 3, Counterparty vetting. Is this transaction, this payee, dangerous? That layer is held by no one. Yet. Notice what layers 1 and 2 have in common. They protect one thing, your own agent staying inside its box. Whether the contract or address you are paying is safe, nobody in this stack looks at that. Off-chain, that job has been done for decades by the risk networks of Visa, Mastercard, and Stripe. The moment payments go on-chain, the job has no holder. If you've followed this series, you've seen this seat before. It is still empty. Our proposal is simple. Put a pre-signature firewall in Layer 3. Before the signature, check and scan vet the payee and the transaction, and return one of 3 verdicts: safe, warning, or danger. Danger blocks the signature. And after the money lands, position keeps watching the exposure. If the backing behind a deposit is impaired, it notifies continuously, as a state, not a one-time alert. And this isn't hypothetical wiring. Ninja Scan is already live on Amazon Bedrock, in the Tokyo region. There's an OpenAPI definition, so it wires into AgentCore Gateway as a tool, as is budget, prompts, and beside them, the counterparty. With those 3 in a row, the guardrails around an agent's wallet are complete. So how do the pieces divide? This summit is a room we put together with AWS and 0G, and Ninja supports 0G as well. Hand it a 0G transaction, and check and scan return their verdicts. So the proposal isn't about one cloud. It's a division of roles. AWS builds the agentic environment, runtime, payment rails, key management, budget guardrails. 0G carries verification and proof. With 0G's trusted execution environments, Ninja's verdicts can carry an attestation of execution, verifiable at the chain level. Verdict logs and audit trails can live on 0G storage and DA, and actual proof-of-concept environments can be built on 0G. And Ninja vets the counterparty, the pre-signature firewall, and position monitoring after the money lands. One line matters most in that division. This verdict was produced by exactly this engine, and a third party can verify it. That lines up directly with how we build. Layer 1 decides deterministically. Layer 2 explains in human language. Payments, keys, and budget, with a verifiable counterparty check beside them. That, we believe, is how agentic finance gets assembled. If you want to see it rather than hear about it, AI Finance Summit Tokyo runs July 14th, from 1 to 4 p.m. Japan time, at Tokyo Tower. Registration is on Luma. We'll run live demos on site, a dangerous transaction stopped at danger before the signature, and a position read from a single wallet address. If you're putting money into an agent's hands, or you're in the AWS or 0G ecosystem, come find me. To everyone who read this far, 4 things to take away. AgentCore Payments completed the base of agent payments, rails, keys, budget, prompt safety, and X402 settles on-chain. What's protected stops at your own side. Watching the party you pay is still no one's job. Our proposal, a pre-signature firewall, check plus scan, and post-deposit position monitoring position in that spot. And the division of roles, AWS builds the environment, 0G carries verification and proof, Ninja vets the counterparty. That is how agentic finance gets assembled. If any of this maps to what you're building, reach out, Kaneshiro at ZKSC.io, or find me on LinkedIn. And on July 14th, Tokyo Tower, come see the firewall work before a signature, live. See you next week.